synthetically that new viral construct. And then we send it to Novartis for rescue. But now we're changing this. Novartis has this huge plant using MDCK cells instead of chicken eggs, and it's about to come online with government approval. And this plant is big enough to make a flu vaccine for the entire country. We're going to be putting a digital biological converter there. So as soon as the sequence is known, we just send the sequencer digitally, and this entire process gets started right away instead of waiting a long time. I'm predicting in the not too distant future there'll be a home version of this. Instead of waiting for distribution from the government deciding who's got the priority to get vaccinated, if it's a really lethal disease that's spreading rapidly, like happened in 1918, and they didn't have all the air travel we have now. In the future, there'll just be a simple box attached to your computer, and you'll be able to download a vaccine from the internet. We can send a new flu vaccine completely around the globe in less than a second. So it's a matter of having the ability to do this, and obviously the FDA is going to be struggling a little bit with regulations on this. You know, distributed manufacturing will drive everything in the future, including chemistry. So just to conclude, future food and medicines, they're going to utilize information from your genome. It's going to depend on your microbiome. What Larry's doing with some of my stem cells, he's making a copy of my liver and feeding it the right kind of scotch. You can then study metabolism with your own liver cells to understand exactly which drugs you should take. There's new niche drugs that are coming out just based on understanding the genetic code. For example, with Pfizer's drug, they were trying to treat lung cancer. They did a large clinical trial. It totally failed, but a small subgroup of the patients with a single letter mutation in one gene, the drug works extremely well and causes major tumor regression in about 60% of the patients. So if you have lung cancer, the most important thing you want to know is whether you have that letter change in your genome. That means the difference probably between life and death. Obviously, new types of vaccines, new types of drugs. If you start to think of the kinds of things that could be sent right now digitally, we can make any protein, send the information, make the protein. We can make phage and viruses. And we can make, right now, single bacterial cells. That's going to progress very rapidly. In the future, it may include making synthetic stem cells to get, or even synthetic blood. Obviously, medical foods will be based on your microbiome, your genome, your environment, and they don't need to depend on animals as source. So at Synthetic Genomics, we're actually making, and we need a better marketing name for this, but I call it motherless meat, where we're actually making beef and chickens, but making them just the meat proteins genetically, so you don't need animals. But the future, all this will be downloadable from the internet. So if that doesn't drive you to drink tonight, thank you very much.